केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे, केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
अंधेरा छटेगा, सूरज निकलेगा, कमल खिलेगा।
4 मई के नतीजों के बाद बीजेपी के शपथ ग्रहण समारोह में मुझे आना ही है।
4 তারিখ 12টার পরে কোন জল্লাদের কত ক্ষমতা আর কার দিল্লির বাবা কাকে বাঁচাতে আসে আমি 4 তারিখ দেখব।
चरण में डीडी के गुंडे घर के बाहर नहीं निकले हैं और मैं दीदी के गुंडों को भी कहकर जाता हूँ।
और रहा तृणमूल तो फिर मिलेंगे, और रहा तृणमूल तो फिर मिलेंगे।
दीदी टाटा गुड बाय।
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What a day it's been. Today, results are out for 5 regions that have voted, but there is one unmistakable verdict. The Indian voter is decisive, ruthless, and crystal clear. In the middle of global uncertainty, India has voted for Vikas, delivery, and governance, and punished those who didn't deliver regardless of legacy or longevity. And nowhere is that message louder than in West Bengal. What we are witnessing is nothing short of extraordinary. It is beyond every projection, beyond every playbook. Ab ki baar 200 par is materializing for the BJP in a state where it will form a government for the first ever time. Addressing party workers, Prime Minister Narendra Modi struck the tone. Badlav, not badla. Listen in.
भाजपा ने जितनी सीटें जीती वो महज एक चुनावी आंकड़ा नहीं है। ये उस अड़िग विश्वास की हुंकार है जिसने डर, तुष्टीकरण और हिंसा की राजनीति को जड़ से उखाड़ फेंका है। बीजेपी बंगाल में ऐसा भय मुक्त वातावरण बनाकर दिखाएगी, ये मोदी की गारंटी है। आज जब भाजपा जीती है तो बदला नहीं, बदलाव की बात होनी चाहिए। भय नहीं, भविष्य की बात होनी चाहिए।
For decades, Bengal stood as one of the BJP's toughest frontiers, first under left dominance, then under Mamta Banerjee for the last 15 years. Today, that resistance has cracked. Bengal is no longer an unfinished agenda or project. This is not just another victory for the BJP. It is a huge ideological mission accomplished by the party, because this state of West Bengal, the birthplace of Jansangh founder Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, has for the first time handed power to the party he founded in 1980.
डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी की आत्मा को आज कितनी शांति मिली होगी। उन्होंने जिस सशक्त और समृद्ध बंगाल का सपना देखा था, वो सपना कई दशकों से पूरा होने का इंतजार कर रहा था।
श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी जी ने जिस उद्देश्यों के लिए ये पार्टी बनाई थी, जनसंघ और भारतीय जनता पार्टी, उसको माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने पूर्णतया लागू कर दिया।
The BJP has registered an all-time high vote percentage. Not only has it retained its strongholds in North Bengal and Southwest Bengal, it has also made significant inroads in erstwhile Trinamool bastions of Kolkata and adjoining districts. This spectacular victory has been only made possible by an unprecedented consolidation of what is called the Hindu vote.
हिंदू के ऊपर अत्याचार किया, हिंदू ने सबक सिखा दिया। ये पूरा हिंदू के ऊपर जितना अत्याचार किया, मालदा, मुर्शिदाबाद, मोथाबाड़ी से लेकर, हिंदू ने पूरा खत्म कर दिया ममता को।
देखिए, ये हार्डली ट्रेंड है, इसमें ज्यादा बोलना सही नहीं है, लेकिन मैं इतना ही बोलूंगा, रुझान जो दिखा रहा है उस रुझान के हिसाब से भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार होने जा रही है पश्चिम बंगाल में। पश्चिम बंगाल में रामराज आ गया।
Not just Hindus, even Muslim votes slid away from the Trinamool Congress, a massive slump in both seat share and vote share for the party in minority-influenced seats. The Left Front, Congress, Indian Secular Front and Humayun Kabir's party played spoilsport by splitting the minority votes. Take a look at these numbers.
আমার হৃদয় মাঝে কাবা নয়নে মদিনা আমার হৃদয় মাঝে কাবা নয়নে মদিনা আমার হৃদয় মাঝে কাবা নয়নে মদিনা আমার হৃদয় মাঝে কাবা নয়নে মদিনা
The Left Front has won 1 seat. The Congress has won 2 seats. That's a 200% growth. Both cutting a sorry figure and yet faring better than the last time when both parties had drawn a blank. The Congress party's best performer perhaps is Rahul Gandhi, not as campaigner but as crystal ball gazer. Here is what he had predicted earlier when he went to Bengal.
अगर ममता जी ने साफ सुथरी सरकार चलाई होती, अगर ममता जी ने बंगाल को पोलराइज नहीं किया होता, तो बीजेपी के लिए रास्ता नहीं खुलता।
मेरा मानना है एग्जिट पोल कुछ भी दिखाए, बंगाल के अंदर भी भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार बनेगी।
ये टीएमसी पार्टी के खिलाफ ज्यादा से ज्यादा, बहुत ज्यादा वोट आप लोगों ने डाले, लेकिन ये सारे वोट विपक्षी पार्टी की भीतर सारे बढ़ चुके हैं।
BJP is all set to win with a massive mandate, but Mamta Banerjee is not willing to accept the people's mandate. She is still calling the victory immoral, and as of just 30 seconds ago, she is trailing in her own seat in Bhawanipur by 6,000 votes. Shuvendu Adhikari leading on that seat, and 3 rounds still remaining to be counted. But listen in what Mamta Banerjee said just a short while back. Mamta may not be willing to see the writing on the wall as yet, but the forecast has already been made by Amit Shah. Not today, not yesterday, not 3 months ago, but 12 years ago in December of 2014. Listen in to this total recall from the past.
मित्रों, कुछ दिन पहले ये रैली की जब बात चलती थी, तो ममता जी ने मीडिया के सामने एक छोटा सा सवाल किया कि अमित शाह कौन है, ऐसा पूछा था। दीदी, अगर आप देख सकती है तो देख लीजिए, सुन सकती है तो सुन लीजिए, मैं अमित शाह हूं। मैं भारतीय जनता पार्टी का एक छोटा सा कार्यकर्ता हूं। मैं अमित शाह हूं और इस बंगाल की भूमि पर से तृणमूल को उखाड़ने के लिए आया हूं, वो आप समझ लीजिए।
If Bengal saw a tectonic shift, Tamil Nadu, witnessed a political earthquake. Debutant Vijay and his TVK have stormed onto the top, becoming the first non-DMK AIA-DMK party to win since 1967. The shockwaves are massive. MK Stalin has lost his own seat. 14 of the ministers are trailing. The state chief of its alliance partner Congress is trailing by over 30,000 votes. Now, every party from the Congress to AIA-DMK is probably reaching out or planning to reach out to Vijay. As Karti Chidambaram puts it, this is Tamil Nadu's Arab Spring moment. But the question now is, who will TVK pick as his companion in his journey to power with 106 seats, just slightly below the halfway mark?
We are forming the government on our own. This is going to be a very clear mandate, and there is no question of depending on other political party to form the government.
Well, joining me at this moment is Karti Chidambaram, but Mamta Banerjee, that's the biggest breaking news coming in. Mamta Banerjee loses. EC sources telling Times now. We are still waiting for the official update on the website. But Mamta has lost to Shuvendu Adhikari in Bhawanipur by about 11,000 votes. That is the latest we are getting from the ground. EC still waiting to put this up on their boards, but the officers on the ground telling our reporters that Mamta Banerjee has lost Bhawanipur, MK Stalin has lost his seat in Tamil Nadu. It's all happening. It's a tsunami of an election. And joining me this evening is Karti Chidambaram, Member of Parliament of the Congress Party. Good evening to you, Karti Chidambaram. Well, you recognize, the Congress recognized in early days that TVK was a force to go with. There were some back channels that were working. Are you really kicking yourself today for not having taken the call then and waiting for the DMK Congress Alliance route in Tamil Nadu?
First of all, congratulations to the TVK and to its president for a spectacular electoral debut. But in hindsight, everybody is a genius. Our relationship with the DMK is a 22-year-old relationship, barring the 2014 election we contested together. So it's not so simple to reimagine that relationship and to look at some other political alignment. Yes, there was free and frank discussion within the party. Wide-ranging consultations were taken, and then a decision was taken which everybody bought into it. Pros and cons were discussed, no doubt about that. But the fact that to mix a long-standing relationship, especially when you take the calculus into Parliament into account, is not so simple. Yes, in hindsight, people can say a lot of things, but wide-ranging consultations were done, and the leadership listened to everybody, and everybody willingly participated in this election, in this alliance.
You call this the Arab Spring moment. Do you think this is the end of Dravidian politics in the form that it existed based on nostalgia of MGR, Jayalalitha and Karunanidhi?
No, I don't think so. I don't know what really the TVK stands for, except for the fact that it stands for change. But again, it's quite not very clear on what it really will do. It's got a very popular, larger-than-life leader, and the election has been won purely on his acceptance. In fact, candidates have been totally irrelevant in this election. He's not addressed press conferences. He's not introduced candidates personally in constituencies. Candidates don't have any strongholds in their own constituencies. So this has been a one-man victory, basically. He carried this victory. This is almost a presidential victory for him. Where people wanted a change, they voted for change. People definitely wanted a change. Young people definitely wanted a change. It is I would say it's not quite Arab Spring, but definitely Argalaya in Sri Lanka, the June uprising in Bangladesh, and what happened in Nepal. But very silently and very democratically this has happened. People wanted a change from the two established political parties. But whether this political party will be different from those two, only time will tell, because there's hardly been any articulation on their style of functioning or what they stand for, because he's not really spoken about any specifics as yet. I mean, he should give you an interview and maybe you should ask him for his specifics and then we'll know.
Karti Chidambaram, you've campaigned on the ground. Could you read the mind of the people that it will go to the extent of decimating the DMK, so much so that M.K. Stalin, the chief minister, would lose his own seat?
See, there was a lot of chatter on the ground. There was definitely a lot of noise on social media. But I must confess that I did not anticipate the momentum to continue until the end and to have a surge in the end. People were, I think, determined to vote for a change. And I didn't anticipate that. I mean, I had an estimate for what vote share he will have. He's exceeded that, not by too much, but because he exceeded that number, he started converting seats. So I'm not entirely surprised, but I should have, paid more heed to the voice on the ground, what social chatter, etc., as opposed to just listening to tried and tested political channels for communications.
Is there any possibility of the Congress now moving to TVK? He's short of numbers. His father's called out to the Congress party to join hands with Vijay. Is that an option on the table?
That's a question beyond my pay grade. The legislative party must take that call. The legislative party must take that call.
Well, the Congress chief has lost his seat by 30,000 votes and more. So who's going to take that call?
No, the legislative party and the AICC. The Congress chief is only a nominated position in Tamil Nadu. So it's not he's not necessarily the leader of the party in that sense. The leadership is in Delhi. So, but we'll see.
No, is it in Delhi? Is it in Delhi? The last reports showed the leadership was out of the country.
Wherever it is, the leadership will take the call. I mean, it doesn't. I think this nitpicking on where people are in this modern age of technology, location is irrelevant. I mean, you and I are talking. I'm in deep South Tamil Nadu, and I do not know in which studio you're talking to me from. We're still communicating, so we're not cut off from communication wherever we are. So decision making can happen with modern communication. So I think that's a low.
Can elections be fought virtually, Karthi Chidambaram? Your experience?
No, this election was fought virtually. This election, TVK fought it virtually. They fought it on social media. They did not have the conventional on the street, on the ground campaign. They did not. This election has been proven that it can be fought via social media. That's exactly what they did. They fought a virtual election.
So, is that the lesson Congress party is picking up for its future strategy?
No, but you see, but it also had a very strong, larger-than-life leader which people trusted and bought into. That's important. I think that's the starting point. But then you can replace other things. If people trust that leader, then you can replace conventional, politicking methods. But this election has taught me a lot of lessons. You don't need to introduce candidates in constituencies. You don't need to be very specific. If people trust you and you can use this social media to reach out, you can have success. And it's happened.
Congratulations to you for the Congress's victory in Kerala as well. But this election has caused a severe dent to the India alliance, don't you think? Mamta Banerjee out, she loses her own seat. M.K. Stalin out, loses his own seat. Pinari Vijayan out. That's three main pillars of the India alliance. Is national politics poised for a change?
No, not really. See, just because people lose out state elections does not mean the verdict will mirror this in a national election. National election verdicts are on different parameters. So we will see. I'm sure the formation will have some sort of transformation and will also will sort of will congregate towards a new form, perhaps a new formation or something. But I really don't think you should read state elections into national elections. And Tamil Nadu and Kerala anyway consistently vote against the NDA, no matter whether it's state or center. Yes, Bengal, we have to see, they voted one way in parliament and they vote another way in assembly. Now they voted the same way. So I don't think you should be reading too much into this at all from a national perspective.
All right. Any phone call with Vijay that you've received?
No, I don't know him personally. I don't have his number. So congratulations.
Any back channels that are working?
Via your channel, I'm congratulating him. I think it's a spectacular debut. I know a few other people in his party who I have congratulated personally.
Rahul Gandhi has congratulated Vijay. Should we read anything into it?
I think that's very good political decency. That's exactly what you do. When somebody wins, you must congratulate him.
Well, maybe with Mr. Modi, he is not very decent because he hasn't congratulated him.
No, I think Mr. Modi has also congratulated Mr. Vijay.
No, but Rahul Gandhi has not congratulated Mr. Modi.
Of course he has. When Mr. Modi won the election in nationally, he was congratulated.
Oh, okay. So he doesn't congratulate Mr. Modi for state elections that the BJP wins.
I think we should congratulate parties which won. I mean, congratulations to the BJP for winning Bengal. I'm congratulating half the Congress party. If that's what you want.
Well, thank you very much, Karti Chidambaram, for being a sport and joining us here on the Newshour tonight. Congratulations once again, and we're waiting and watching very closely on your next steps and any alliance possibility with Vijay. Well, that is Tamil Nadu, but this wasn't a wave. It was war room precision that we also saw in Bengal, and I'm going back to the Bengal story because there was a plan that was made, 12 years that were worked on it, and then you know, the rest, as they say, is history. 90% strike rate for both Prime Minister Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah. And that's what's resulted in the victory. And joining me this evening, well, Gaurav Bhatia, national spokesperson of the BJP. Congratulations to you for a phenomenal performance of your party. Also joining me in the studio, Anand Ranganathan, author, scientist, Sabha Naqvi, senior journalist. To her left, Sanjay Jha, Congress leader, Niladri Bhattacharya, looking a bit dejected, supporter of the Trinamool Congress. Not dejected?
Not at all.
Mamta Banerjee has also lost her seat.
See, at the end of the day, she has lost an election. She has not lost her life. Not dejected. It happens.
But, you know, she's not very happy about losing the elections. It's a nice way of looking at things.
It's a nice line.
Yes. Abbas Haider, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, Somnath Bharti, former minister in the Aam Aadmi Party government, Puhar Gandhi, national spokesperson of the DMK, joining the show tonight. Let me first look at the Bengal verdict. And in Bengal, it's been a precision strike. It's been a planned strike. And Niladri Bhattacharya, probably the inflection point was the RG Kaur incident. Probably the inflection point has also been that the M factor that Mamta Banerjee depended upon, 30% se ginti shuru hoti hai. That kind of crumbled, and the other M factor, the Mahila factor came in, the women factor came in. Did the Trinamool Congress fail to gauge the shift in mood and was called out by the people of Bengal?
Well, first of all, Navika, what caused this tsunami has to be analyzed in the coming days. It is too early to say it. But definitely, the mandate has been given by the people, and the people of Bengal will respect that mandate. It's the fact that some Mahila voters may have shifted, but what is the cause of that, why it has happened, and what is the effect of that we have already seen. That needs to be deliberated in the coming days. But definitely it's a day where the TMC has to go back, introspect, go back to the drawing board, introspect, and come up with an effective strategy to counter the BJP juggernaut. I should say that is the BJP juggernaut, because
so finally, admission coming in, Gaurav Bhatia, that the BJP's juggernaut has actually stalled the Trinamool Congress in Bengal. And Amit Shah said in 2014, ukhad kar phek dunga. He's done that.
Navika, thank you for your good wishes. I would also like to extend my congratulatory message to my friend Sanjay Jha, who is representing the Congress party for their win in Kerala. It's a historic mandate, and a mandate that sends out loud and clear messages. First of all, we are proud of the fact that we have leadership of Shri Narendra Modi ji and a leader like Amit Shah ji. Together, I think they are one of the best duo politicians that we have seen. And today is historic for a reason. 2016, BJP had 3 seats in West Bengal. 2021 elections, we won 77, an increase of 74 seats. We were taunted, there was sarcasm, people said BJP has lost the election. Tirelessly for 5 years, we worked hard. Many of our workers and workers of the RSS were brutally murdered by TMC goons. Mamta Banerjee was protecting these TMC goons. Today, there is a massive mandate of 208 seats as we discuss. And it's a victory of sorts, 131 seats added. So therefore, it's not wrong to say that whenever BJP steps in, then there is pro-incumbency wave like we have seen in Assam and Puducherry. And there is anti-incumbency when the opposition wins a state, like we have seen in Tamil Nadu, Kerala, as well as in other state, West Bengal. So this is the first message. Second, women empowerment. Navika, you remember we brought in the bill for women reservation. TMC voted against the bill. Congress voted against the bill. What happened to them today? They're decimated. A strong message by the women of the country and the 5 states. The message is strong and simple. We need empowerment and we have faith in the leadership of Shri Narendra Modi ji. Arjikar medical murder, we all know how. Rather than standing with the family members of the deceased, Mamta Banerjee was actually standing with the TMC goons. Another wrong message sent out by her. One very important message also is that Hindus, they count. They are also equal citizens. And the power of Hindutva. No, Hindutva is not equal to dengue, malaria, AIDS, leprosy. Hindutva is the very foundation of this nation. The rich cultural heritage that we have. And the end of appeasement politics. I think there is a lot of introspection that needs to be done by parties that form the India Alliance. And that is why we said 4 May, Mamta Banerjee gayi aur aaj wahi hua.
Well, Sanjay Jha, tectonic shift in politics. 3 big pillars of the India Alliance gone today. The Congress has got its victory in Kerala. The Congress has made a comeback of sorts, 200% increase in Bengal from 0 to 2 seats. But it is an uphill task. And the BJP has just demonstrated that the kind of politics that they do is certainly not part-time politics. They set themselves an agenda, a mission, and an obsession. In 2014, they concluded 12 years later, and they are at it. 0 seats in 2011, 3 seats in 2016, 77 in 2021, and now 208 seats with Mamta losing. Now, that is strategy working. 90% strike rates, I've told you. In Assam, they've increased their mandate in their 3rd term, a hat-trick in Assam. That's the way. And Puducherry, again, a comeback. Now, that's no mean feat. Do you think the Congress, and of course, I'm not taking away the victory in Kerala, but is the Congress up to that kind of a juggernaut?
Well, Navika, let me start with a pun. I'm glad that Congress is the Kerala story, at least for today. So that's a decent achievement by the party, a comeback of sorts. But I would also reciprocate Gaurav's congratulations by saying a spectacular win, frankly, a hat-trick in Assam, can't be denied. It was seen by many as a foregone conclusion, but yet it's a very sizable triumph in Assam. For the Congress, the lesson is that once the Congress goes out of power, it seems to find making a comeback an Amazonian struggle. And it's not just Assam, it's Delhi, it's Odisha, it's West Bengal, Uttar Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Bihar, Gujarat. I think this is a very worrying and a very disturbing manifestation of the fact that the Congress doesn't take its role as the opposition as seriously as it should. Coming back to Bengal, I think, I think there is going to be a lot of conversation on the impact on Hindu votes because of the SIR deletions. But I look at it, from 2 points of view. We'll talk about the SIR in the days ahead. I'm sure TMC will rake it up. That 27 lakh voters were removed disproportionately.
The margin,
the minorities.
To put that argument to rest, the margin of victory is way beyond the 27 lakh votes that went away in deletion. Though many of those votes were also Hindu votes, by the way.
And I do see what could have happened, which is perhaps making a big statement in Bengal. Because even the Bengal result is fairly, I would say, an outlier event, even if some polls had given BJP the lead. I think, is there a serious counter-polarization? Because when I look at the BJP's vote share of 45-46, I get a sense 70% of the population of Bengal is Hindus. I have a feeling that the BJP is getting 65% of the majority community vote. And if that is the case, then there is no doubt a significant shift in Bengal politics. The other, I think, phenomenal story of the day, frankly, and we have been at it all day, is Vijay Joseph Chandrasekhar. I mean, as Karthi was rightly pointing out, I mean, who expected an absolutely a gate crasher into the DMK stronghold to demolish both the formidable parties and now almost be forming the government?
It's exactly that attitude, that he's a gate crasher, we are the originals who have a right over the Dravidian politics and politics of Tamil Nadu that has probably done both the Dravidian parties in. He is an actor and has a fan following, you know, and therefore to write off any power, whether it is Vijay or the BJP, well, do it at your own peril. But joining me is Amit Malviya, the man who sharpened the battle of Bengal, and look at the smile there. It's called 70mm screen, left to right. Amit Malviya, well-earned victory in Bengal. You've been at the receiving end, I think, for a long, long time when you've toiled in Bengal. Which M factor should we actually attribute and credit this victory to? The Mahila M, or the fact that the minority vote somewhere or the other has caused the counter polarization and has got divided, and both those formulae have made 208 seats in the assembly possible for the BJP, and Mamta Banerjee losing by 11,000 votes?
First of all, thank you so much. It's a historic moment. The BJP will have its first government in West Bengal 79 years after independence. So it's an epoch moment for us.
Just interrupting you for a second, because Shubhendu Adhikari getting his winning certificate there on the ground, live visuals coming in. Oh God, what a victory this one is. What a moment this one is. Let's listen in for a minute, Amit. He's dedicating that victory to all the BJP workers who lost their lives in the battle against the Trinamool Congress. Amit Malviya, back to you.
And therefore, this is a very important moment in the journey of the Bharatiya Janata Party's expansion in the country. And Navika, this victory is also very special, precisely for the reason that Shubhendu Adhikari mentioned in his address, that we've lost over 300 of our workers to this mindless violence that the Trinamool perpetuated in the state to retain political power. It's a very overwhelming moment for all of us. And having Mamta Banerjee defeated in Bhawanipur is really special. We defeated her in Nandigram also. It was Shubhendu Adhikari. Even back then, she did not read the writing on the wall. She came back and became the chief minister from backdoor. But let me tell you that in the last 5 years, what I saw of the state was truly numbing. There was absolutely no governance in the state. Law and order was a big problem. Sexual crime against women had shot up, and invariably, people involved in these crimes were TMC workers, and Mamta Banerjee looked the other way. We've heard about Sandesh Khali, RG Kar, we've heard about the Durgapur Medical College rape, the Kolkata Law College rape. But there are countless women who have not been given justice in the Mamta regime. Infiltration was a big issue. It was leading to a major demographic change in West Bengal. The Hindu Bengalis were really treated as second-rate citizens. So coming back to your question, which is the M factor that did Mamta in? I would say both. The women gave up on Mamta despite the 1,250 rupees that she was giving to them because they did not want to pawn their dignity for that small sum of money. The fact that she thought that she could buy their vote by giving 1,500 rupees and then she last minute dispensed some money to the unemployed youth, and a staggering 84 lakh people registered for that program. That should tell you how bad the situation in West Bengal was. It was an admission of sorts from Mamta Banerjee that the unemployment is almost 14% in the state, if you take it as a percentage of the total electorate. Now, having said that, it is also a fact that the brazen appeasement politics of Mamta Banerjee is a significant reason why she has been undone. I haven't seen this kind of Hindu polarization ever before. Mamta Banerjee has lost the maximum number of seats in Malda, Murshidabad, Jangipur area. We won a seat like Beldanga, where 30% of the electorate is Hindu. That's it. And if you look at the bordering districts today, I can tell you there are constituencies where Hindu population is a mere 25,000 voters. There are constituencies where Hindu population is just 7% of the entire electorate. And this is not an organic growth. Mamta Banerjee has unleashed this massive infiltration crisis, not just on West Bengal, but for the country. It was imperative that the Trinamool was voted out. The regime had become a threat to the national security of the country. Maximum number of illegal passports, Aadhaar, and several other documents were issued from one district of West Bengal. I mean, how can any chief minister who has taken an oath of the Indian Constitution allow the Indian Constitution to be defied like this? Just because she wanted to stay in power, she has now put the entire country into peril. And we'll be eternally grateful to the people of West Bengal who have voted so decisively today. This had become a criminal regime. It was a mafia raj that we were seeing in West Bengal. Bengal, that was once the land of education, entrepreneurship, industries, was lagging on almost every single indices. As the Prime Minister said today, in the earlier years, the Bengal region was the trading hub for the entire South Asia. And we hope to take Bengal to the same glory again. And there is so much more that we had wanted to do in the last almost 12 years. But Mamta Banerjee just did not let us do any of it. Well, I'm sure in the coming days and months, the BJP will put all its might to ensure that we deliver on what the people of Bengal truly deserve.
Well, clearly you have your task cut out for you, but I can see as somebody who's been in charge of Bengal and has toiled hard, what a sweet moment of victory this would be. Many congratulations to you, Amit Malviya, and the BJP, and the manner in which this battle has been fought. Many congratulations, and thank you very much for joining me on the Newshour. Anand Ranganathan, if what Amit Malviya is saying is true, clearly it did have an impact on the way voters of Bengal thought for national security, for the safety of women, and the point that Yashwant Deshmukh made to us just a short while ago on Times Now Navbharat, where he said that women are no longer the transactional vote base. Give them a scheme and they will vote for you. No, that's not the way they have voted. They have taken a decisive step because they had lost faith in Mamta Banerjee, do you think?
Good evening, Navika. Most certainly, yes. But first of all, can I just say I have this theory that I'm certain Sanjay was proposed to on the day of election results sometime or the other, because he is so gentlemanly, affable, polite on the days when election results are. So Sanjay, out with your secret in the, was it the early 70s that, you know, but couple of things out here, Navika. Number one, congratulations to BJP and to all the victors in Tamil Nadu and Kerala, Congress, of course, but especially on Bengal. And I want to make a couple of points out here. yes, what you say about women is largely true, but also what I'm going to say should also be taken into consideration. That it is not just the perception that women think best for women. You know, I mean, I am as much women-friendly as you are, if I may be allowed to say so. You look at the data, for example, BJP gave 11% tickets, 10.5% tickets to women candidates. Trinamool gave almost 20%. But overwhelmingly in this election, it is the women who have decided the fate of Trinamool, especially if you look at Didi there, she's lost the election, but overwhelmingly towards the BJP. So it's not just that if you have women as candidates and they come out as your MLAs, they are going to do work for you. You look at the law and order, which clearly crumbled in Bengal. You look at the RG car and the mother of the deceased. Yes, she won by 29,000 votes, which is a remarkable victory, you have to say that. So the writing was on the wall. A lot of parameters that others talk about, Bengal wasn't doing all that badly. I mean, you look at the unemployment rate, the youth unemployment rate, it is lower than the national average. You look at a lot of other parameters. But the fact is, it was emotional. It was based on the facts that incredible amount of appeasement was done, so much so that Trinamool was almost blasé about it. At one point, the Muslim community in Kolkata begged Mamta to not do so much appeasement. I'm not joking, they wrote a letter. So, you know, it almost became a norm. And it was not just the appeasement, it was the combined discrimination against Hindus. And there I'd like to, if I can say, take 10 seconds, I love this executive orders that Americans have. So if ever, I know Indians don't have that, but the first decision I want the incoming Chief Minister of Bengal to make would be to, on first hour, hand over 600 acres of land that Mamta refused to the BSF, and obey the High Court orders to give 127 kilometers of land, which is a border, to the BSF.
Well,
first decision.
We do hope that happens, but Puhat Gandhi of the DMK, did you expect this kind of a rout in Tamil Nadu and the emergence of a totally unknown factor that Vijay has come to be? His stardom, the fact that the DMK literally did not allow him to hold rallies, he became the underdog. Did that work against you? Unmute yourself, Mr. Gandhi.
Yeah, thank you, Navika. First of all, we have to admit the fact that no one, not only DMK, no one would have expected such a resounding debut for Vijay. This we need to admit the fact. And we also have to congratulate Vijay, because for the simple reason, no one in the history of Tamil Nadu have achieved this. Even we cannot compare this type of electoral victory for MGR or even Jayalalitha. But having said that, the last 5 years of MK Stalin's rule was considered to be the golden rule in Tamil Nadu, because for various reasons. The last 5 years, that is from 2021 to 26, has put Tamil Nadu in a different path altogether, from industrialization.
Well, then the people would have voted for you, Mr. Gandhi. Today is not the day to list your achievements. You've done that through the campaign. Today is the day to look at the reason why you lost the state.
The reason why we lost is a serious case of introspection, because any party, both the DMK and ADMK, has to do a thorough introspection why youngsters are not brought into the party. That is point number one. Point number two, because of the nepotism in the ground level, in the district level, in the taluk level, which both the DMK and ADMK has clearly cultivated.
Please look at the nepotism at the top level as well. Sabha Naqvi, are they still not seeing the writing on the wall?
No, I think he's not doing a good job. I think Karti Chidambaram was much more graceful in saying that they've not done well. And I don't think, no personal offense, but somebody has won a fresh mandate, a party without a structure, and you should be more graceful. And I would like to congratulate the BJP for achieving what I know is a big ideological goal. And I'll say one thing, Navika, because when one went to Bengal, it was mainly around the presidency area, there was a lot of anti-incumbency. It's just that all the Bengalis maintained that the second phase face seats cannot be breached. That was the general consensus they all took. So what is clear is, I know that the TMC will raise the SIR issue, but such a mandate there has to be that anti-incumbency came out also.
Absolutely, and that assumptions in politics can be fatal.
BJP, 41 is of Trinamool, 8% is Congress and Communists combined.
Yes. Can I just finish my point, since so this is a historic mandate, so we have to look at it step by step. So in that case, people in Bengal, because they seem to stick with one formation over years, in which case a lot of it was hidden, that they were not revealing to the Bengali journalists who claim to know what is going on in 24 Pargana, for instance, because this kind of a mandate cannot, I'm sure SIR will be factored in, there will be cases possibly, but this kind of a mandate suggests something else was at work, and it was an anti-incumbency vote, and congratulations to the Bharatiya Janata Party for achieving a big ideological goal.
Well, let me get in Somnath Bharti. Somnath Bharti, will national politics change? Given the fact that three big pillars have now been decimated in their strongholds in the states, do you think that will have an impact on national politics? And Punjab and Uttar Pradesh elections coming up next year?
Navika, thanks to you that after 40 minutes you gave me a chance to speak. See, I was listening very patiently all the panelists, but the basic thing which possibly I think barring Congress person, nobody else mentioned, that the difference between the vote share of TMC and BJP is hardly 4%, 4 to 5%, which is coming out to be 12 to 13 lakhs. And out of 27 lakhs voters who could not vote, would you imagine that out of 1621 people who got a hearing at the appellate tribunal, 1607 people were found to be eligible. See, imagine. So this will keep haunting for a long time in Indian democracy, that these people who could not vote because of ECI, had they been allowed to vote, then what would have been the result? Number one. Number two, see, in 2023, that judgment of Anup Baranbal versus Union of India, wherein Constitution bench, 5 judges bench had said that the silence of Article 324(2) on selection mechanism does not permit an arrangement that effectively vests the entire appointment power in the executive, especially. All right. So today the selection committee selecting the election commission is entirely of the ruling power. So can
in Tamil Nadu, the quantum, absolute number of deletions were larger, but they haven't complained. But Bengal, is complaining. Gaurav Bhatia, please respond.
No, because of the logical discrepancy. There is a problem with that, Mamta. And
Gaurav Bhatia, please respond.
My friend Somnath Bharti is being a typical naysayer, forgot to even congratulate. But leave that aside, I must tell you, read para 315. And what was the arrangement of appointing election commissioners in the UPA government? Now we have a collegium system. But coming to the moot point, at 9 a.m. in the morning, when counting was going on, just started, it was only an hour into the counting, Gaurav Gogoi, as well as Shashi Pandya of TMC came out, blaming the EVMs and the Election Commission of India. So today I ask, would Congress say that they haven't won in Kerala through fair means? Would the Tamil Nadu results be also annulled because of that? How could it be that wherever they win, EVM is fine, Election Commission of India is doing a good job, but not in West Bengal, Assam and Puducherry? Second,
fair point. I'm running short of time, so I want to pick up what Akhilesh Yadav has just said, and Abbas Haider, I want you to respond. He's called it the black day in Indian politics, entire nation enraged. Today, democracy is anguished, central forces misused in Bengal, similar rigging done in 2022 UP polls, public opinion openly looted. Is that worry of 2027 elections already? And the Prime Minister has already spoken about the anti-woman stand of the Samajwadi Party on the Mahila Arakshan bill. Has that spooked the Samajwadi Party?
Well, Navika ji, we respect the mandate of the people. In democracy, the voter is supreme. We bow down to the mandate. However, tonight is not just about who has won the seat or the election. It is how this election was conducted. Navika ji, because democracy is not just about results or arithmetic. It is about free, fair and transparent process. But I would say this with full confidence, Navika ji, that BJP may have won the election, but democracy has fallen today. The democracy has lost, and this is deeply unfortunate for our country.
Extremely unfortunate that you say that democracy has suffered on a day that, you know, Bengal has seen a change of the kind, voting of the kind, 93% voter turnout. Tamil Nadu has the fresh new candidate who comes in from behind and takes over Tamil Nadu. The Congress wins Kerala. And you will still Assam, and you still call this death of democracy, Sanjay Jha, like really?
Now, Navika,
are you insulting the voter of India, the people of India?
Navika, let me tell you, there are both the things can exist at the same time. It can be a great day for democracy for the results that have come out. It can also be a day where we need to reflect on, are we running our electoral systems in a fair, dispassionate and prudent manner?
Well, that's a debate for another day, but on this day of a big victory, to call this the death of democracy, Anand Ranganathan, rather cussed.
Yes, of course it is, and I think I would attribute it to sour grapes, but the fact of the matter is, I think the daggers have already been drawn today for the UP election. That's the bottom line.
Well, UP elections, Punjab elections.
It would be a greater day. It is a great mandate for the BJP, but it would be better if the problem of logical discrepancy was not there for all future elections.
Well, we'll live to debate that. After all, this is just another day in the democratic fight in the country. Democracy, well, lives and thrives in our country, and we hope we'll debate this on other days and still come to the same conclusion, which is that democracy is alive and kicking. Some win, some lose, but whichever way you see this, it is the people of India who restore our faith in democracy and in humankind. We'll leave it at that. Thank you very much to all my panelists, and thank you, viewers, for joining me on this big election day at the Election News headquarters here on Times.